Hello and welcome back to Lit Sahitya. This is the 24th video in our video series English Literature through MCQs. So without wasting any time, let us get started. Question number 1. Which of the following novels by Salman Rushdie is a retelling of the Arabian Night stories? Option A, Midnight's Children. Option B, The Satanic Verses. Option C, Haroun and the Sea of Stories. Or option D, 2 years, 8 months and 28 nights. And the right answer is option D, 2 years, 8 months and 28 nights. So 2 years, 8 months and 28 nights is a novel by Salman Rushdie that reimagines the Arabian Night stories in a contemporary setting. The title refers to the duration of the novel's main plot, which spans 1001 nights. The novel blends elements of fantasy, magic, realism, satire, and allegory to explore themes such as religion, reason, love, and power. Moving on to the second question. Which of the following poems by T.S. Eliot contains the famous line, April is the cruelest month? Option A, The Wasteland. Option B, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. And option C, Four Quartets. Or option D, Ash Wednesday. And the right answer is, of course, option A, The Wasteland. So, The Wasteland is a modernist poem by T.S. Eliot that depicts the disillusionment and fragmentation of Western civilization after World War One. The poem begins with the line, April is the cruelest month, which contrasts the traditional association of April with spring and renewal with the harsh reality of death and decay. Moving on to the third question. Which of the following novels by Amitav Ghosh is set in the Sundarbans and deals with the issues of environmentalism and climate change? Option A, The Hungry Tide. Option B, The Shadowlines. Option C, Sea of Poppies. Or option D, The Glass Palace. And the right answer is option A, The Hungry Tide. The Hungry Tide is a novel by Amitav Ghosh that is set in the Sundarbans and a vast mangrove forest that spans India and Bangladesh. The novel explores the lives of the people who inhabit the region, their struggle with poverty, natural disasters, and human animal conflicts, as well as their relationship with nature and history. The novel also raises awareness about the threats of environmental degradation and climate change to the fragile ecosystem of Sundarbans. Moving on to the fourth question. Who is the author of the influential essay An Image of Africa, Racism in Conrad's Heart of Darkness, which criticizes Joseph Conrad's portrayal of Africa and Africans in his novel? Option A, J.M. Coetzee. Option B, Nugi Wathiango. Option C, Wole Soyinka. Or option D, Chinua Achebe. And the right answer is, of course, option D, Chinua Achebe. An Image of Africa, Racism in Conrad's The Heart of Darkness is an essay by Chinua Achebe. Chinua Achebe is a Nigerian novelist and critic that criticizes Joseph Conrad's portrayal of Africa and Africans in his novel Heart of Darkness. Achebe argues that Conrad's novel is a product of European colonialism and racism that that it dehumanizes and demonizes Africa and its people. Achebe also challenges the notion that Conrad's novel is a masterpiece of English literature and calls for a more balanced and respectful representation of Africa and its cultures. Alright, so moving on to the last question of this video. Which of the following poems by John Keats is an example of an ode, a lyrical poem that expresses praise or admiration for something or someone? Option A, Ode to a Nightingale. Option B, La Belle, La Belle Dame Sans Mercy. Sorry for the pronunciation. Option C, The Eve of St. Agnes. Or option D, Hyperion. And the right answer is, of course, Ode to a Nightingale. So, Ode to a Nightingale is a poem by John Keats that is an example of an ode, a lyrical poem that expresses praise or admiration for something or someone. The poem is one of the six odes that Keats wrote in 1819, which are considered to be his most mature and accomplished works. The poem explores the contrast between immoral beauty and joy of the nightingale's song and the mortal pain and sorrow of human life. The poem also reflects Keats' own struggle with tuberculosis, which would eventually claim his life at the age of 25. Alright, so this was the video. Thank you so much for watching, and more such video will come in a very short period of time. And thank you so much for watching.